Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session of Customily. As we are letting people in on the chat and on the room, so we're going to wait just a few minutes. And in the meantime, let's play some music.
Step into the future, get ready to ignite. Customly's the engine, taking you to new heights. Personalization power, the best you've ever seen. We're rocking the e-commerce scene, living the dream. No limits, no borders, creativity unleashed. From names to crosswords, your products find their niche. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Previews, we've got your back. Dynamic designs, there's nothing we lack. From tees to mugs, from frames to tees, Customily's the partner your store really needs. Innovation's our motto, your growth is our goal. With tools so advanced, we're in total control. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. So if you're chasing sales and aiming for the sky, join the Customily family, it's time to amplify. We'll take you higher, set your brand apart. With endless options, we're the e-commerce heart. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Customily, the top of the charts. Transforming every product, winning customers' hearts. With rock vibes and passion, we'll always be true. Customily's the app made just for you.
Okay, everyone, welcome to this new live session of Customily, a very expected live session because as you can see, we're going to do a lot of announcements and going to show you lots of new stuff and new features, as well as new partners, integrations, and a lot more. So this is going to be a mind-blowing live session, and we're going to give you so much information. You'll wish you had started Q4 probably 7 months ago. So you can actually put all your ideas into action for the end of the year. So to get started, let me introduce you the team today. I'm going to be your host, and together as co-host with me, we have Josefina, and on the chat, we have Cecilia. So to get you started on today's agenda, we're going to introduce you a new POD partner, Merchise. Also, we're going to tell you about our newest feature, importing from Canva. Yes, lots of people ask for this, and now it's working. Also, we decided to condensate and actually enhance the whole AI effect that we had for upload images. We're going to show you this new feature, the AI effects, combine it all together. Also, we have another new feature, the AI Mockups, and you're just getting the idea of how this is going to enhance your presentation of products on your store. At the end, we always have a Q&A time. So let's get started, and let me open stage for Josefina.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Jose.
Hey.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. So now I'm going to present to you our newest POD partner, that is Merchise. They aren't just another POD partner, they are a leading one with a worldwide fulfillment service. They're offering also a variety of like plus 600 products in their catalog. It's huge. They also deliver in more than 180 countries, covering different areas of the world. We can say it like that. And they have an amazing merchant support that works 24/7. It's really good, all the things that they offer. And now you can use their products inside Customly. So that's great news to start from. The products, they go for a really variant of apparel stuff. They have a size range that go up to 6XL, for example. So it's a really good catalog for you to choose from. And they also have like for some products a really massive color palette that you can choose for each one. So you can have sweaters with a lot of colors or hoodies, jerseys. They also have hats to offer. So it's pretty cool, all the variants that they have. So I'm going to tell you a thing right now that is going to happen on our next live session, that if you don't want to miss it, and if you want to learn more about this POD and everything that they offered, they're going to be our special guest in our next live session. So don't miss it. We recommend to you guys that you don't miss it. You can learn a lot about this POD, how they products can help you grow your business. So be sure to register to that class because it's going to be pretty amazing, I can tell you.
Yeah, you can start playing around and testing, creating products using their their product catalog, and prepare your questions for the next live session. As I'm pretty sure you're going to learn a lot about this, how massive they are, how far they reach on multiple countries and regions. So I definitely will be really interesting to listen this directly from the experts.
Totally, totally.
Mhm. Right, great. Well, we really look forward to keep adding more products from Merchise to have them host guests in our next live session, and you, of course, testing out these products, checking out. Well, these are just some of the popular products, but there are lots to explore on the Customily catalog. And jumping into the features we are announcing today, we are now integrated with Canva, meaning that now you can import your Canva designs directly into the Customized Design Studio. It's just one click. So if you recall, I'm going to do a demonstration. When you go into the import section, you always have the chance to import elements from other templates, other designs inside Customily. Then we were able to connect to Photoshop. So now you were able to import from your PSD files. And now we have Canva. So whatever you design on Canva, you can definitely import inside Customily. The first time you try to import is going to ask you to sign in to your Canva account, and that will be saved for later, right? And you will be able to either disconnect that account and connect another one in the future. That's super easy to connect and disconnect Canva accounts. So whenever you want to upload something from another Canva account, just disconnect from the one you have, connect to the new one, and you can just take from everywhere you need. The great thing about this is it's available for all e-commerce platforms. This feature is actually a Customily worldwide feature. It's across the entire app, and you can use it regardless of your platform. This is a great advantage because we know lots of people actually use Canva every day, and now they have that power. So now, as you can see here, you will be able to find the Canva option on the import section. As you have tried before with Photoshop, you will see that you get automatically resizes the design studio canvas to whatever page size you have on the Canva design. And you can set the behavior of every single Canva design layer directly. You can map it directly to the existing design tools in Customily, like image placeholder or vector placeholder, dynamic image, text, curved text, etc. So you can actually map every single layer into whatever you need in Customily. And the cool thing is you can pick the page you want to import. So Canva projects may have multiple pages. You can just, first of all, pick the page and then pick the layers you want. So actually this is a really powerful feature that we are launching just right now. The next one, and remember, keep this on your mind list so we demonstrate everything together by creating a couple of products. We now have AI effects. We have new AI providers as well as OpenAI we had before. Remember, we had these features in which you could prompt the effect you wanted to generate to the images that customers upload. Now you can quickly select them because we have preset some prompts directly. You can always add your own prompt, but we have set some few effects, and you can actually combine them with the existing ones we have from Customily. So now you can set the image that customers upload to automatically get applied a series of filters. For example, you can select from the preset styles that we have. We can use the Customily, for example, remove background, those that are for free right now, the cutout for the face, the watercolor effect, all those things can still be used and combined now with the AI effects that you generate or we have provided here. We also have new effects because we have new partnerships. We have Gemini and OpenRouter. So that's very cool to explore. If you have accounts with them and you have API with them, you can integrate that API with Customily and now start exploring those cool effects. For example, in the case of these providers, OpenAI, Gemini, and OpenRouter, you will be able to choose a style from the presets, right? For Gemini, we use Nano Banana, right? And in any case, you require the API key, of course. But also, like I told you, you can pick up from our own AI tools, yeah, and start combining them. For example, if you choose a cartoon style, right, from OpenAI, from Gemini, you can also apply a remove background from Customily. Or you can actually do this the other way around. Depends on the way you select them is the first effect that takes place. Maybe you want first Customily to remove the background, and then Gemini will do the effect, to give you an example. So that's something really cool to keep in mind, because that way you can generate even more combinations of different effects on the customers' uploaded pictures. Also, alongside with Gemini and Nano Banana, we have now AI Mockups, and this has been, well, has been requested a lot. Yeah, because as we provide a very clean, flat front view of any product as a mockup, the usual mockups that we can retrieve from PODs, or that we also recommend that you generate with your own product basis, for example, are front views of any product. It's the way customers are more comfortable personalizing and having a clear idea of what they're doing. But that's not the eye-catching picture we want for the front end. So now you can just grab that flat preview image that you are using for the actual personalization process, but you can take it and use it as part of a prompt to generate a stunning, realistic view of your product. So basically, you can now, at any point in Customily, because you will see this when you create a new listing using Customily 2.0 tools, picking a provider or picking your product base, picking a design, and that process, there you will also have the chance to generate a mockup. But you can also do it later on, anytime on the store section when you link products to Customily. So that's really cool, because this tool is constantly available for you at any point. Basically, what you can do is show these designs in a real life setting with it could be a cozy home, it could be a kitchen, a living room, a bedroom, can be with people on the street, multiple people wearing the same t-shirt. I don't know, that's something you can prompt out at any point. Yeah, and we have some presets, we have a preset scene, and you can edit that or you can actually type in whatever you want. The cool thing is every single product has a very will definitely show better in a very specific way of presenting it. So I mean, the cat poster can be on a living room, on a bedroom, on a kitchen, or it can be just next to a cat, for example. So think about that in order to get that special effect and that instant shocking image of the real product. Right. Oh, and this is very important. These generated mockups will sync directly to the Shopify product images. So that's very important to keep in mind, that this will actually be uploaded as a media element in your Shopify backend. So let's actually share our screen to show you a couple of products we can do and how these tools work out. Okay, so first of all, let's try to create a design that we import from Canva. So we go into the My Design section. Yeah, and we're going to create a design. In here, we start off, let's call this this is going to be the live session Christmas Canva. Yeah, so at least we know where we are working. Yeah, let's create the design. We can actually pull the spec from a product, but actually we want Canva to resize this as we need, right? So let's say we're going to click on the import section here and upload import from Canva. As you can see now, we have this option here. Right now, I'm already connected to Canva, but you will get this login pop-up that you can actually pick your account and sign into Canva. Well, I have a lot of pages of designs and products. I'm just going to go straight to the first one, that one, import from Canva test, so I don't miss that. Whenever I pick the product, I actually get to see, well, the sample of the first page, but also I get to actually pick another product if that's the case. Sorry, another page like that. So depending on the page I pick, yeah, I also am able to import the design dimensions. So this is something you can actually toggle on and off. Okay, I'm going to stay with the first one, which has the free socks. I can filter in case there are too many elements, or in this case, I'm going to just select all. Now, since we are not able to rename this on Canva, we rely on working out a way for you to identify this. In my case, I know that I have a free form, which is which are the socks and the title and everything. Yeah, and that definitely I want this to be a dynamic image. It could be a placeholder if I want only the dimensions, but this is going to be a dynamic image for sure. I want that graphic on my design. And then we have all the text boxes that will be part of the the title, and it will be the input images and everything, right? So I don't recall right now which one was like the biggest, but actually let's try a dynamic image of one of the text to be able to see if we can import the whole title. Of course, this is including the order in which you create stuff. This will definitely reflect on Canva. Sorry, on Customily later. I'm going to select everything and click import. Okay. Ideally, see, this text box was imported as an image. And that's something that you need to keep in mind, that maybe sometimes it's important whether you have a title on Canva, you actually want to turn that into an image in order to import easier into Customily. Basically, mainly because you have very special fonts or you have effects that should remain as graphics. So in that case, what we can do is just select everything and start over. There's no problem in there. As you can see, we are still we are testing whatever works out for our design better. Yeah, and in this case, I'm going to go again, but I'm going to make sure that the text box is actually a text, right? Because I wanted to import that title as a graphic, but for that, it needs to be a graphic on Canva in the first place, right? This is our first Christmas as family. Yeah, family of 3, actually. Yeah, this is how it imports. It has all the information you need. All you have to do is fine tune, for example, the fonts. Yeah. And what thing we can do in this case, because we have a character limitation, we may need to double check. For example, in this case, we're trying to fit more text here. So maybe it always brings the size exactly as it was on Canva. So to simplify maybe the way we get things to be represented, we may need to reduce the minimum size so all the characters will show up. These are custom texts. Yeah. So I'm going to just let's put some spacing here so we make sure that our text elements will be able to print. Yeah, it will always to hold more text. So I would say 26 from 27. I would say 26 seems to be like a good size for all the text. When it comes to the family of 3, right? And this one also needs to have a small size. Yeah, perfectly. Yeah, that's how I would adjust the text. And of course, let's put some fonts, correct? Let's go like this. Let's just grab all the text elements and go into the character and put a nice font on all of this, right? This could be a good font. Okay. Excellent. Now this established, maybe it's too small. Yeah, correct. So don't worry. Let's go into, yeah, excellent. So now this is my design. This is all I need. From Canva, I, of course, made the adjustments to the text, be able to use the fonts correctly inside Customily. And this can either be fixed texts or it can be custom texts. I'm going to make sure I rename this just to identify this later on the options, like that. And then we have family of 3, which is this one. That one. And the establish, that's the one. This will be the date. Then we have this one will be name 1. Remember, we rename on Customily, so customers will have a better understanding of what should be on every single field. Excellent, right? This is the background. We're good to go. So now we can actually save the design and we're good to create a product. What will we do to ensure this design is exactly what we envision? For example, the title and the family of 3, we should have it fixed. So that's something very easy to do. Remember, before we create any product, if the design is already working the way we want, we can fine-tune some details of that of the options before an option set is actually created. So if I were to click on the edit options here, right? Basically, we have our first Christmas as a family of 3, date, name 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, let's say these 2 should be custom text, should be fixed texts. We don't want people to modify. Or yes, maybe we can start with this and grab this information and put it as an initial value. This means that the customization starts with this content on the title. If we want customers to be able to change it, just keep it there to start. And if you don't want customers to change it, then definitely you want to hide the option. So the option is no longer visible, but the initial value is still there. So this is a great trick to make sure initial values are loaded and cannot be changed by customers. It's like a fixed message, for example. So we have the date and we have name 1, 2, and 3. That's it. So let's save it and we're good to go. So now that we have this new design that we brought from Canva, we're going to create a new product in our store. So for that, we go to publish a new product. Yeah. We go to, let's say, the other day I had this, I saw a pillow I wanted to use. This could be, yes, this woven pillow could be a good idea. All right, so let's go into this. So we pick a new product. In this case, we pick this pillow. Okay, it's going to be, the finishing will be for artwork. Actually, I don't know what's the difference in here. Let's go with the photo and let's apply a design here. Let's go to the My Design list. This is the one we imported from Canva. So when we apply the design, it goes something like this. Okay. Of course, remember, designs will have a specific aspect ratio that you can consider when putting together based on the product. It can be a general design, and you need to fit this into the particular product print area. In this case, the print area of a pillow usually bleeds out because this covers the fabric that will be folded and sewed on the edges. So our design should be adjusted in Customily here in order to fit the safe area in this case of that. So that's going to be our product, correct? I'm realizing that this doesn't read much, because of the texture. So we're going to do a backwards. Wanted to always try new products, but let's try just a common pillow, right? This one. Okay, one size, front. Actually, this has front and back, so let me see if it shows. When we have front and back, it may show both. That's perfect, right? So that's our pillow with a safe area we need to respect. That's it. That's all we need. Confirm. Let's create the product. And when the product is created, we're going to see that we can actually generate AI mockups. All right, the product is finished. This is the template, the new template loading on the new product. Okay, and that's the standard mockup we all know about, correct? So let's go on to call this the Santa Socks Square Pillow. Okay, so date, we're going to establish this the weekend free, 2015, yeah, and we're going to call this okay, so that's the whole family there. Okay, if I preview this is my standard mockup, but let's try to populate our listing with more images. First of all, I recommend we click this to save this as product image. That's that basically goes into the main picture here and is the one we're going to use to generate the mockups. So we're going to click here, and it's going to open this window. Now, based on this reference image, yeah, you can set the scene. For example, in this case, it could be urban cabin, for example. We're going to pick cabin. And the mockup, basically the prompt goes like this: create a realistic product photo that shows this item in use or on display with the design clearly visible. Photograph in a rustic wooden cabin with cozy lighting and natural textures. I'm going to generate this just so you can see what the scene looks like when you do no prompting at all. Yeah. And then we're going to change the prompt a bit. Right. So actually this looks really amazing. Let me see if I can like zoom in. All right. This looks pretty good, right? So let's try and adjust this a bit more. For example, let's say I actually want this to showcase on a close-up, right? So let's say create this realistic product photo that shows this item in use or on display with the design clearly visible. And then we can just remove this part, right? And add something like, we're going to say everything. So product must be on the floor next to a Christmas tree, and the product should cover let's say 80% of the picture. That way we make sure that there's like not a lot of context around. Okay, let's see what the system will do with this example. Right, you see, basically now this is a close-up, has the Christmas tree, everything we need. So I'm going to save this. Actually, I can save and generate another. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this, and I'm probably going to use the cabin version just directly because the minimalist doesn't give me the Christmas feeling. So I'm going to generate a cabin image again. Remember, it's not going to be the same because this is always all AI generated. So it changes every time, and okay, that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to save this also. Now I have the two images. They both have been pushed into my Shopify store, which is the store I'm using for this test. And that's it. We can actually publish this. It will go, first image will be the one we use as the actual preview. Then we have these two, but remember this now is a media on your Shopify backend. You can actually rearrange them any way you want. Let's publish this and see what happens. If you actually want another picture without with other names, or maybe you have a combination of multiple sock choices, like 2, 3, 4 socks, what you can do is you test the customization, save that as the main listing photo, generate the mockup, then do another customization, save it again, and generate another mockup. And you can keep going and going and going. So actually, there's no limit on that, right? So that is actually took this really amazing because the Christmas tree is pretty cool, and this one shows like this. This is perfect. And if you start customizing, of course, it's going to show you the main image. Establish 2015. Yeah, this is working exactly as we wanted in the first place. But we also have a plus that this could be our main listing photo, and that this looks really amazing. So imagine the time you're saving on photo shooting, on image edition and adjustments. This is really fast and really cool, right? So that's our first product, and we were able to import from Canva from the very beginning. Now let's do another design, and this design will be basically an image upload that we actually want to apply some effects. So this is going to be image upload effects. Create the design. Now we could create the design, but actually I want to use a blanket. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the specs of a product, go for a blanket. Yeah, let's go with the, I want a vertical kind of blanket. Could be, yeah, I like this one. All right, let's go with this one. Confirm. So it's going to generate a 60 by 80 or close to that. Okay, and let's generate our basically our image placeholder, which is here. Okay, let's fit to the canvas. Okay, so now as you can see, alongside the image behavior we have, which could actually set a specific set of it could generate a specific effect or couple of effects. We can now combine these Customily effects with the image effects in with AI. So now, for example, let's say I want my I'm going to try with an image first of all. Let's say I want to create some oh, I think I don't have this because I need to I need to pull the really strong technology here, and I need to actually upload, modify a WebP image that I have here into a PNG, right? Okay, so we can test. Customers can actually upload WebPs, but for testing purposes here in Customily, we use PNGs or JPEGs. So now we do this. Yeah, this is the image that I want. Sorry, this is not the image. This is a sample image. So what kind of effects do I want to generate? I can click here on the Add Image effect under Image Effects here, and it will open the whole thing that we saw at the very beginning. Okay, and I can go through all the effects. I can filter by name. I can filter by categories for free, tools, style modifiers, or custom prompts, for example. Yeah, so I can do a OpenAI custom prompt, for example, or with OpenRouter or Gemini. But if I go all categories and I filter by those using Customily, I can actually see that this has remove background, face cutout. We also have watercolor pencil. We have edging. This is a new invert and sepia. These all for free from Customily. So I'm going to add this effect. Basically, I'm going to cut out the face of this poor dog. And let's see if I try this again. Yeah, it's applying this filter. All right. So let's say our product implies that we can actually cut out the face of the pet we want, but we also want to add an image effect that also has really cool ideas. For example, we can for OpenAI, we're going to have this whimsical anime, or we can have a playful cartoon, anime cartoon. I really like this, so I'm going to use this one from OpenAI. Okay, so now the system goes like this. First, it gets the face, and then it does the OpenAI. Yeah, so if we try again, it will do both things. So you see, you can combine multiple effects on the same operation. Customers will just upload the picture, and after I do all this, I can even apply a sepia filter, for example. You know, so or an enhancement. I can keep listing effects. Now, some effects may combine well with others. Some others will just override another effect. That's why the order is very important. So first I need to face cut out, and then I can just do the other things. Let's wait for this as it's applying of OpenAI effects. I think having this section in the image behavior area will help you establish which effects you want to offer. It will also simplify for those that are looking for very particular known effects, and it also gives you the chance for you to use your own prompt, right? And that's basically what the system was able to generate based on my instructions. I instructed this to face cut out the picture and then apply the cute retro cartoon. So that's going to be our combination of effects. Yeah, that's pretty much what we want for this particular. This one is okay. Upload your photo. Yeah. All right. Upload your photo. Okay. Let me save this design. That's all we want for this now. We're going to create this blanket and we're going to generate a mockup, an AI mockup for that blanket. In fact, we can think ideas of how we would like this to showcase, right? So as I go into the steps of creating the product, maybe on the chat you can prompt out some a really good idea for the setting of this blanket. So I'm going to start, publish new product. The one we used was a tea launch blanket. It was a rounded, so let me search for blanket. It was the stadium blanket. Yeah, it was actually vertical. So let me see if I can find stadium. Actually, yeah, that's this one. Okay, perfect. So, oh, front vertical. That was the idea. Actually, we can make it horizontal the way I'm thinking this, but actually the design was set to be vertical. So let's keep it vertical. Let's add the design, this one, apply design, and it will generate the positioning guideline. Let's make sure. Okay, so if such is the case, well, the design looks like this. I want to keep it like this. Sometimes it's just the preview, but I think it's going to be generated correctly. All right, let's create this product. And let's see what ideas you have for a mockup prompt. All right. So, Josefina, can you tell me? I don't see the chat. Can you tell me if we have some ideas?
From now, all the things that they're saying that this is awesome and they love the new features, but nobody have still some ideas to use. So guys, don't be afraid. Put all the ideas in the chat that you can think that will be amazing for creating the mockups for this new feature, so you can see it. I think maybe I can give you one for you right now as we wait for the people to put them in the chat. Maybe a good idea for your mockup, knowing that it's a blanket with a cute cartoon of the dog, to see it like in a kid's room or something like that, for example. I can imagine that type of product there.
All right. Okay. So let's wait for the AI to finish.
Amazing. As you can see, guys, we have a lot of info for you today. So we know this could be kind of a lot. So don't be afraid to leave your questions in the chat that we will get through it. There's one question right now. We are going to leave it when we finish this product. I don't know if you...
That's okay. As we wait for OpenAI to finish, you can
Amazing. Florence asks, when we create products with Customily, can we use our own specified SKU, which is helpful for shop designs and product tracking, or does Customily assign the SKU and is unchangeable?
We assign a random SKU based on the title of the product, but since this becomes a listing on your store, you can access that and change it any way you want. To give you an example, this is my demo store right now, and there are two new products. One is the Santa socks, right? And the other one, well, is going to be the one we're just going to create. But yeah, this is the custom pet face cartoon. So if I were to open the Santa socks, remember we generated this product using Customily. We also added two more images. Everything is here right now as we put this together. So I'm just going to rearrange this. Perfect. Now, it has only one variant here, but actually, if I were to edit this, well, actually, because this was generated by a POD vendor, it's not tracking inventory. But if you generate this on your own, you can actually access this and edit this and just modify the SKU as anytime you want, because this is a listing on your store. You can do anything for this. You can actually change the search engine listing. You can change the collections, the tags, everything about this can be, even there's like a metadata here also. I mean, there's no the description, the title, all you want, you can change it. That includes the SKU. Now, that's only when you are not working with PODs. We generated this on a POD, so basically the SKU is an internal thing from them. For any product that you create, for example, using my product basis, you just Customily generates a SKU, but you can change it at any point. All right. So that's actually a very good question, because I think inventory is very important, but that's only when you are not working with PODs. And the options available on your listing will be far more, because it's open for you to modify that. Establish a location, track inventory, everything you want. Now, this is the picture that was generated. I need to actually resize this a bit so it goes. It covers this. Okay. There could be a chance that the face cutout will generate a lot of not many space here, but actually I like this cool effect. So now let's going to save this as the product image, and we are going to generate a mockup. Okay, let's go to Internet Mockups, and well, let's start this. Create a product photo that shows this item in use or on display with the design clearly visible. Iteration photo shot that usually if I were to put minimalist, basically photographed in in a bright child room with a plushie toy similar to the character in the product. I'm actually challenging the tool here. Plushie photograph in a bright child room, photographed over a bed in a bright child room with a plushie toy similar to the character in the product on top of the bed. Let's see what happens. So you can get really creative in here. Another thing you can prompt is the angle in which you're viewing this. If you're viewing this like a user side, right? So that will be a really cool mockup. And so I'm going to do another one in which I'm going to do everything that I just did, but I think it reset. All right. If you don't recall this, I recommend before you generate the mockup or you save and generate another one, you copy the prompt, not do it like I just did. Photograph it over a bed in a bright like child room. Just let me just try to do this right. Photograph it on a bed in a bright child room. Child room with a plushie toy on top of it, similar to the character on the design, on the product design. All right, that's the original part. The view angle should be from the top corner of the room facing the bed. Let's see what happens. I should have saved that. I should copy and save that prompt. All right, let me see. Well, this is how creative you can get, but just it really brings into idea. Yeah, that's exactly what was on my mind. I think this is really amazing. All right, so let's save this. I really can't show you anything more beautiful than this. This is exactly what I envision.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast and easy you can create amazing images now, guys, for you to display in your store.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and you can still have this as your customary view of when you're customizing, but the fact that you can showcase this is impressive, really. All right, so I don't have another image to play with this right now, but well, that's my masterpiece, definitely. All right, let's see. We have some other more questions for the Q&A.
From now, we are okay. Cecilia went through all the questions in the chat. But guys, if you have anyone left that you just think about it, or any other questions before we end it, don't be afraid to leave them in the chat. Also, remember that this live session will be uploaded later in our YouTube channel, so you can rewatch it every time that you want. And that.
So you better subscribe to our YouTube channel, put a lot of likes on the videos, and comment, ask questions.
Yeah. Also, we would like to remind you that before finishing, that you can still get our ebook, the POD Customization Playbook. As you can see, Q4, it's right here. Time is ticking, to be honest. And you cannot miss the opportunity to get your step-by-step guide to making this Q4 your biggest one in ever and ever. So we're gonna leave the link for the book so you can get the book on the chat. So you will get your free ebook copy, and you will see it. We prepared it with a lot of love, with a lot of like strategies. I don't know, inspirations for products to use in this type of the year, and everything that you need to know to do that, right? To get this Q4 to be the best Q4 that you ever had in your store.
It's a playbook. We always say this is something to keep on your desk all the time, because you can start from the end, from the middle, from the beginning. It's a constant reference for your business. So yeah, make it part of your bed night content. Definitely.
Yeah, totally. It's amazing. And also, as we told you right now, that in our YouTube channel, we are going to have this live session recorded and uploaded later. We will send you the link to the video through email, so you can have them as soon as it is published. We also have right now that we talk about Q4, an amazing feature that I did with my best friend, that it's called the Great Ornament Showdown. The two of us review all the ornaments from the different BOD partners that we have in Customily. So when you watch the series, You can find out which ornaments will shine the brightest, with which ornament will be the best for your store and everything. There are 2 episodes up. There are 2 more episodes left that we're probably gonna get them in this short time. So you will get all the information that will really help your business. And also, we have another video if you want to watch it after this live session that talks all about AI mockups, also the feature that Jose just showed you, and how easy you can get it, like how easy you can use it and get all the pictures live instantly in your Shopify store. So for
Nice.
subscribe to our channel, because we are creating a lot of amazing content for you to help you with everything. That's the most thing that we'd like to do with these videos.
Yes. Also, very important is ornaments actually were the most sold items on past
Totally.
holiday season. So it's a must on your store. So checking out a real showdown with the real products in their hands, with the real close-ups, and the girls were really detailist on the filming. So you see all the details, and that's really amazing.
Totally.
Mhm.
It's
So
super cool.
I think we have another final question, and I'm trying to find, um, yeah, I'm trying to find an example that I can
Oh yeah,
use right now. Yeah,
yeah. Here it is. Can you show how a customer image is added to the custom product, to the last? I think they were talking about the
custom
last product, the blanket.
is added to the custom product. Yeah, sure. I was looking into basically another dog, so I could show an example. So you will have to be patient because particularly right. So this is the product we just created, right? Of course, these are images of the product as AI mockups, so they won't change. But the original preview from Customily, the moment I click on upload image, it will change, right? So let me just find another dog image I had. This is the one, yeah. And now, yeah, this is at any point customers uploading an image, they will see a button here. They will go through their files, either phone or computer, and they will have the chance to move the picture around on the product and even resize it, rotate it, do whatever they want to the picture within that printable area. The system will, when you finish positioning this, the system will basically generate the printing file exactly as you set it up in the first place. Of course, this is not finished because we are applying filters and effects, but you can still move it around just so you can see what customers have the ability to do with any picture in Customily. Yeah, they can even leave it like this, so be careful with that. But yeah, customers have that freedom, and that's cool, right? So AI is generating the mockup. After this has gone through the filters, you can still move it around. You can still resize it. You remember we did that with the dog I used. The dog had a different proportion from the blanket, so I stretched this a bit. And that's a freedom you can do, right? So that's our good friend Alaska. And we're going to make it bigger as any customer would do. Yeah. Make sure the nose is there. And that's it. Well, let me do this. Let me preview this. The preview button is something you can set up on the settings in Customily. So you may not see it first, but it's there, and it's always very comfortable for you to actually save any image that you pull around, right? And I'm going to use this because I want to show you, just like we are on extra time. In Customily, if I go to the product list, the product setting here, this is where I can be on the start of Customily, but on the top center, I can always navigate for the main point of the app. And in this case, in the product section, this is the product I created. And let's say I want to generate another mockup. I can click here at any point, right? Now, this is the picture I'm using as default. So that's something we need to keep in mind. Okay, but in case if you later want to generate another image, we can just switch this. For example, if I were to come to my Shopify, remember this is, imagine this, you are me, I'm you, I'm doing this on my backend store. I'm coming here to the products, I'm using this custom pet cartoon, yeah. And what I can do here is upload more media to this, right? So I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the other one, add media. Let me just do this really quickly. Yeah, that's great. All right, and if I were to put this as my main listing photo, okay, in Customily this will update. So, right, let me just prod save it. Okay, and so I will just wait for this to sync. Usually synchronizes very quickly, and I can just come here, yeah, and generate a mockup image with this image. And now I'm going for the minimalist. Again, photograph in a bright minimalistic bed. Photograph on a bed in a bright minimalistic room with the real dog of the design sleeping next to the bed. I don't know if this is going to work. But just so you can see that it's very easy to upload a picture on the front end for the customer. It's easy for you to test it alongside your backend in Customily or your front end. And at the same time, it's really easy to switch order in order to have other examples. Wow, this is amazing. And I'm challenging this, really, so it's actually pulling out. All right, that's our new listing photo from the product we already created. And that's it. If we refresh our product, we have new pictures on our gallery, just like that. All right. Actually, I appreciate that question because definitely was nice to test that also. Well, let's see if we have any other questions.
Yes, they said, must I pick the first image in the gallery for an AI mockup generation?
For now, yes. The main listing photo is the one our AI generator will use as a sample. So in order to bypass that particular condition, what you can do is what I just did. You upload the media you want AI generated, and you make it the main listing photo. That's it.
Amazing. For now, that's all the questions that we had in this new part. So
Well, if you, of course, have any other questions, you can always send an email to our support team. That's support@customily.com. You can also open a live chat with our support team. That's is going to be during EST business hours, but it's a great chance to actually live talk to someone, yeah, and get your questions answered really fast. Also, join please our Facebook communities, because these are great places to know the latest of Customily, to see what other people are doing, to get questions answered, to check out some tips people are sharing. Maybe some of you will share the tips that you learned from today, and others will pick it up and they will share their own tips. So that's really cool to be part of our community, for sure. And well, that's all for today. Thank you, Cecilia, on the chat, always answering faster than we can do. Thank you, Josefina, for joining me as co-host. And we're going to see you next time on our next live session.
Thank you everyone for joining today, and hope we see you again in the next one.
All right. Remember, we have a special guest to merchandise next time. So
Yeah.
see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.